Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Break Traders on Tuesday. We are Break Traders at noon, this one being a Thursday. Wow, it's already been a week. We are going to rock and roll right into this with a top Series 2 Division Random. That's right, this is break 974, the top Series 2 Division Random. Let's see how many times we're going to randomize it. That looks like 7 times to me. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Bang-a-rang, here we go. Alrighty, it looks like Andrew with the AL Central, Sully with the AL East, Richard with the AL West, Eric with the NL Central, Edward with the NL East, and Edvin with the NL West. Alrighty, John, go ahead and get those teams loaded while I open up this box. And you know we've got a lot of packs in this bad boy. A lot of cards here. Alrighty, we've got those teams loaded and we are gonna rock and roll. The San Diego Padres team card, followed by the Estevan Florial RC of the New York Yankees going to Will. Then we have Rafael Montero of the Mariners, Eddie Rosario of Cleveland, the pitcher time of the Atlanta Braves, followed up by Brian Reynolds of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Cole Calhoun of the Diamondbacks. Then we have Robbie Grossman of the Detroit Tigers, followed by Corey Seager of the Dodgers, the Anthony Rizzo of the Chicago Cubs right there, followed by the future stars Nick Solak of the Texas Rangers. Then we have Brian Anderson of the Marlins, Art Braylon Marquez RC of the Chicago Cubs going to Eric, and Jed Gurko of the Milwaukee Brewers. Next up, we have the future stars James Karinchak of Cleveland, followed up by Brian Weathers of the San Diego Padres, and that's going to be going to Edvin, followed by Craig Kimbrell of the Cubs, Andrew Heaney of the Los Angeles Angels, the Baseball is Fun Tampa Bay Rays, followed by the Detroit Tigers Daniel Morris. Then we have Randall Grichuk of the Toronto Blue Jays, followed by Cedric Mullins of the Orioles, Bubba Starling of the Kansas City Royals, and then boom, right off the bat, it's Carter Kieboom of the Washington Nationals with the autograph right there going to Edward. Starting out early with that one. Followed by a William Contreras RC of the Atlanta Braves. That's going to be going to Edward. Then we have Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Trevor's Story of the Colorado Rockies going to Edvin. Followed up by Hyunjin Ryu of the Blue Jays and Jason Hayward of the Cubs. Hanser Alberto of Kansas City, followed by the home run handoff Yankees card, followed by future stars James Karinchak of Cleveland, the Ryan Weathers RC of the San Diego Padres going to Edvin, followed up by Gary Sanchez of the Yankees. Then we have Ender Inciarte of the Braves, Didi Gregorius of the Phillies, Mike Soroka of the Atlanta Braves, Zach Eflin of the Phillies, the Mike Schmidt 35th anniversary edition of the Phillies, followed by Austin Slater of the San Francisco Giants, Chris Sale of the Red Sox, Will Myers of the Padres, and Trey Mancini of the Orioles. Craig Kimbrell of the Cubs, followed by Andrew Heaney of the Angels. The Tampa Bay Rays baseball is fun, followed by the Drew Rasmussen RC of the Milwaukee Brewers going to Eric. Then we have Corey Kluber of the Yankees, followed up by Christian Arroyo of the Red Sox, Tony Watson of the San Francisco Giants, Jose Abreu of the White Sox, followed up by Jake Fraley of the Mariners. And then we're going to have this one out of 299. It is Michael Fulmer of the Detroit Tigers, and that is going to Andrew. Followed up by Joe Musgrove of the Padres, Christian Walker of the Diamondbacks, Raymond Laureano of the Athletics, and Jared Walsh of the Los Angeles Angels. Hey John, good to see you. The shopping cart surf of the Boston Red Sox, followed by Rio Ruiz of the Orioles, Antonio Cinzaleta of the Rockies, Tom Hatch RC of the Toronto Blue Jays, and that's going to Will, followed up by Alex Kirilloff of the Minnesota Twins, and that is going to Andrew. And then we've got our next one is Carlos Carrasco of the Mets, followed by Jose Martinez of the Mets, Jonathan Shoup of the Detroit Tigers, Rowdy Yellis of the Blue Jays. The DH debuts Bryce Harper of the Philadelphia Phillies, and that's going to Edward. Following that up by Marcus Stroman of the Mets, Delano DeShields of the Cleveland, Isaiah Kinner Falafi of the Rangers, and Victor Reyes of the Detroit Tigers. We don't have any Chronicles hobby box that is closed yet. If one closes, depending on when it closes, we will do one today. But if it doesn't close, we're not able to break it. Jeff Mathis of the Rangers, followed by Carl Edwards Jr. of the Braves, Edwin Diaz of the Mets. The gloves are hats of the Blue Jays, followed by Zach Plesac of Cleveland. And then we're going into Ryan Presley of the Houston Astros, followed by Jared Dyson of the White Sox, David Price of the Dodgers, Edwin Rios of the Dodgers, Christian Hura of the Brewers. Followed that up by Starlin Castro of the Washington Nationals, George Springer of the Blue Jays, Dylan Betances of the Mets, and Corey Dickerson of the Miami Marlins. We've got the Toronto Blue Jays team card, followed by the Houston Astros team card. Then we have Jinman Choi of the Tampa Bay Rays, Matt Barnes of the White Sox, followed up by James Paxton of the New York Yankees, David Peralta of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Chris Bassett of the Athletics, Renato Nunez of the Orioles, followed by Tommy Pham of the San Diego Padres, and then a 35th anniversary edition, that's Yordan Alvarez of the Houston Astros, followed up by an Adonis Medina RC of the Philadelphia Phillies, and that's going to Edward. Then we have Jeff McNeil of the Mets and a Jahmai Jones RC of the Baltimore Orioles, and that's going to Will. Follow that up by Mike Moustakas of the Reds. Alex Young of the Diamondbacks, followed by Jorge Soler of Kansas City, Johan Ovidio of the St. Louis Cardinals going to Eric, followed by Justin Turner of the Dodgers, and then we have Yasmani Grandal of the White Sox, followed by Shedlong of the Mariners, Carlos Santana of the Kansas City Royals, Yanni Chirinos of the Tampa Bay Rays, Daniel Norris of the Detroit Tigers, a home run challenge, J.D. Martinez of the Boston Red Sox going to Will, followed by Andrew Miller of the Cardinals, Dallas Keuchel of the White Sox, J.P. Crawford of the Mariners, and Jackie Bradley Jr. of the Red Sox. Tim LaCastro of the Diamondbacks, followed by San Francisco Giants team card, the Philadelphia Phillies team card, and the Chicago Cubs team card. Next up, we have Randall Grichuk of the Blue Jays, followed by Cedric Mullins of the Orioles, Bubba Starling of the Kansas City Royals, Kenley Jansen of the Dodgers, And then we have Sherton Apostle of the Texas Rangers. Sherton Apostle of the Rangers going to Richard. That's silver RC. And then we have a 70th anniversary edition. That's the Angels Anthony Rendren going to Richard. Followed up by Denilson Lamet of the Padres, Jose Iglesias of the Angels, Jason Castro of the Astros, and Adam Duvall of the Braves. We have Ryan O'Hearns of the Royals, followed by Braxton Garrett RC of the Miami Marlins going to Edward. Then we have Vince Velasquez of the Phillies, Keon Keela of the Pirates, the St. Louis Cardinals team card. Following that up, we have Jake Cronenworth of the San Diego Padres, and that's going to be going to Edvin. Followed up by Jose Berrios of the Twins, the Clark Schmidt RC of the New York Yankees going to Will. Followed up by Dominic Smith of the Mets. And then we're going to have the out of 2001 Enrique Hernandez of the Boston Red Sox. Following that up, we have Jacob Stallings of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Justin Upton of the Angels, Mike Tauchman of the Yankees, and Devin Williams of the Milwaukee Brewers. We have the Los Angeles Angels team card, followed by Endleton Simmons of the Twins, Michael Fulmer of Detroit, Alex Wood of the Giants. Following that up by Jake Woodford of the St. Louis Cardinals going to Eric. Then Shane Bieber of Cleveland, followed up by Yandy Diaz of the Tampa Bay Rays, Nick Castellanos of the Reds, Jordan Hicks of the Cardinals, the Mookie Betts NL All-Star 35th Anniversary Edition of the Dodgers going to Edvin, followed up by Jordan Montgomery of the Yankees, Jose Ramirez of Cleveland, Shin-Soo Choo of the Rangers, and Ramil Tapia of the Colorado Rockies. Ryan Zimmerman of the Nationals, Josh Hader of the Brewers, Andrew McCutchen of the Phillies, James McCann of the Mets, Walker Buehler of the Dodgers, followed up by Alex Colome of the Twins, Adam Wainwright of the St. Louis Cardinals, Yu Darvish of the Padres, Donovan Solano of the Giants, Cole Hamels of the Atlanta Braves, followed up by Danny Jansen of the Toronto Blue Jays, Kyle Tucker of the Astros, Jason Kipnis of the Cubs, and Ryan McBroom of the Kansas City Royals. Enrique Hernandez of the Red Sox, followed by Garrett Cooper of the Marlins, Brett Phillips of the Tampa Bay Rays, following that up by Ed Johan Heim RC of the Texas Rangers going to Richard, followed by Mitch Garver of the Twins, Andre Scrub of the Houston Astros, and that's going to be going to Richard, followed up by Eugenio Suarez of the Reds, Tyler O'Neill of the St. Louis Cardinals, Greg Holland Silver of the Kansas City Royals going to Andrew, followed up by the Will Clark NL All-Star 35th Anniversary Edition, the Jazz Chisholm RC of the Marlins, followed by Corbin Burns, Luis Alexander Basabi of the Giants, and that's going to be going to Edvin, followed by Alex Avila of the Nationals. Jeff Samardzija of the Giants, followed by a Hold Me Back Bro of the Baltimore Orioles, the Fish Out of Water of the Miami Marlins. Then we have Kwang Hoon Kim of the St. Louis Cardinals, the Southside Strength of the Chicago White Sox, Edwin Encarnacion of the White Sox, followed by Dakota Hudson of the Cardinals, Christian Vasquez of the Red Sox, Austin Nola of the San Diego Padres, Mark Melican of the Braves, followed by a Garrett Crochet RC of the Chicago White Sox going to Andrew. Then we have Kyle Hendricks of the Cubs, Alex Dickerson of the Giants, and Dwight Smith Jr. of the Reds. We have Giancarlo Stanton of the Yankees, Framil Reyes of Cleveland, Izan Diaz of Miami, Adbert Alzey of the Chicago Cubs, Luis Severino of the Yankees. Following that up, we have Sean Murphy of the Oakland Athletics, Michael Conforto of the Mets. Then we have a Jared Olivia, RC of the Pittsburgh Pirates, going to Eric, followed by Marcell Ozuna of the Atlanta Braves. The Mookie Betts 70th anniversary edition of the Los Angeles Dodgers going to Edvin, followed up by Eric Hosmer of the Padres, Nick Markakis of the Braves, Kevin Newman of the Pirates, Carson Kelly of the Diamondbacks.
Okay.
We have Jonathan Villar of the Mets, the Shane McCallahan RC of the Tampa Bay Rays going to Will, followed by Haesung Kim of the San Diego Padres going to Edvin. Then we have Johan Ramirez of the Seattle Mariners, and that's going to Richard, followed up by Luin Diaz of the Miami Marlins, and that is going to Edward as well. Then we have Adam Haseley of the Phillies, Michael Chavez of the Red Sox, Franchi Cordero of Kansas City, Yoan Moncada of the White Sox, the out of 300 Luis Campusano RC of the San Diego Padres, and that is going to be going to Edvin, followed up by JT Realmuto of the Phillies, Chris Bryant of the Cubs, Clint Frazier of the Yankees, and Nathan Eovaldi of the Red Sox. Next up, we have Jonathan Aruz of the Red Sox, followed by Julian Merriweather of the Toronto Blue Jays RC, the Mickey Moniak RC of the Phillies, and then Dalton Jeffries RC of the Athletics. A little rookie run right there. Then that ends with Tom Murphy of the Mariners, Shogo Akiyama of the Reds, followed up by Mike Zunio of the Rays, Austin Romine of the Cubs, Adam Eaton of the White Sox, the Randy Johnson of the Mariners 35th Anniversary Edition, Brandon Belt of the Giants, Germán Marquez of the Colorado Rockies, Tejan Walker of the Blue Jays, and Zach Greinke of the Houston Astros. We have Trevor Bauer of the Dodgers, followed up by a Taylor Widener RC. Taylor Widener of the Arizona Diamondbacks going to Edvin. Luis Garcia of the Houston Astros going to Richard, followed up by Jordan Weems of the Oakland Athletics going to Richard, and Ryan Jeffers of the Twins going to Andrew Matty. Another rookie run to start that pack. Mickey Lopez of the Royals, Adrian Morjan of the Padres, Miguel Sano of the Twins, Daz Cameron of the Detroit Tigers. We don't have a keyword for the giveaway yet. We haven't done one yet. Then we have Luis Urias of the Brewers, followed up by Edusubal Cabrera of the Nationals, Hunter Dozier of the Kansas City Royals, followed up by Dylan Cease of the White Sox, and Jorge Polanco of the Twins. Elvis Andrus of the Athletics. Oh. Elvis Andrus of the Athletics, followed by a Zach McKinstry RC of the Dodgers, followed up by a Teja Antoine RC of the Cincinnati Reds. Then we have Keegan Aiken of the Orioles and Jonathan Stiver of the Chicago White Sox. Following that up, we have Trevor Rosenthal of the Padres, Alex Cobb of the Angels, Kevin Kramer of Pittsburgh, Ty Buttrey of the Angels as well. The Platinum Players 70, Bryce Harper right there of the Philadelphia Phillies. AJ Puke of the Athletics, Wade Miley of the Reds, Matt Carpenter of the Cardinals, and Kyle Freeland of the Rockies. It updated. We have Zach Birdie of the Chicago White Sox, followed by Tucker Davidson of the Atlanta Braves, and then Mark Matthias of the Milwaukee Brewers RC, and then JoJo Romero of the Philadelphia Phillies, and that's going to Edward. Next up, we have Chris Davis of the Rangers, Tommy LaStella of the Giants, Will Castro of Detroit, followed up by Noah Syndergaard of the Mets, Steven Chiswick of the White Sox, Carlos Martinez of the Cardinals, Scott Kingerly of the Phillies, Nick Ahmed of the Diamondbacks, Stephen Piscotty of the A's, and Steven Strasburg of the Washington Nationals. My favorite baseball player? I don't have one. I am not a baseball fan. We have Brent Rooker of the Minnesota Twins RC going to Andrew, followed by Tanner Hook of the Boston Red Sox RC going to Will. And then some more in this rookie run to start this pack. Miguel Yajur of the Pittsburgh Pirates going to Eric. Jose Marmelos of the Seattle Mariners going to Richard. And then we have Sandy Alcantara of the Marlins. The Pittsburgh Pirates Cabrian Hayes RC going to Eric. Followed by Framber Valdez of the Astros. Dustin May of the Dodgers. Daniel Bard of the Rockies. The Cody Bellinger NL All-Star 35th Anniversary Edition. DJ LaMathio of the Yankees, Alec Mills of the Cubs, Kendall Graveman of the Mariners, and Anthony DeSclafani of the Giants. We have Luis Campusano of the San Diego Padres. That's going to be going to Edvin. Followed up by Pavin Smith of the Arizona Diamondbacks RC going to Edvin as well. Then we have the Twins up the middle, followed by the Cincinnati Reds team card, a Kansas City Royals team card, and then it's Ken Giles of the Blue Jays, Josh Naylor of Cleveland, followed up by Josh Leclerc of the Rangers, Tucker Barnhart of the Reds. Then we have an Braylon Marquez RC, and that was just flipped over for no reason right there, of the Cubs going to Eric. Brandon Lowe of the Rays, Ryan McMahon of the Rockies, followed up by Tanner Rourke of the Blue Jays and CJ Cron of the Detroit Tigers. Ozzy Albies of Atlanta, the New York Mets team card, followed by the Dodgers championship fireworks, Brendan Rodgers of the Rockies, Alejandro Kirk's RC of the Blue Jays going to Will. And then we have Tyler Glasnow of the Rays, Greg Holland of the Royals, Zach Gallen of the Diamondbacks, Ryan Braun of the Brewers, followed up by a 0-60 home runs, Luke Vogt of the New York Yankees going to Will. Following that up, we have Victor Robles of the Nationals, Lance McCullens of the Astros, Billy Hamilton of the Cubs, and Austin Barnes of the Dodgers. Gregory Polanco of the Pirates, followed by the Cleveland team card, the Seattle Mariners. Then we have Boston Red Sox, the Oakland Athletics, followed up by Trevor Rogers of the Miami Marlins, and that is going to be going to Edward. Followed up by Michael Pineda of the Twins, and Enola Paredes RC of the Houston Astros, and that is going to Richard. Followed by Anthony Rendon of the Angels, and then we have the green out of 499. That's Vince Velasquez of the Philadelphia Phillies going to Edward. Followed up by Mike Brousseau of the Rays, Pablo Lopez of the Marlins, and Josh Fleming of the Tampa Bay Rays RC, and then Ben Gamel to round it out. And now we're getting into the hobby exclusive pack. And folks, if you're here for the Absolute Baseball, we will be to that in just a couple minutes. We have the Mickey Moyniak RC of the Philadelphia Phillies going to Edward, followed up by Whit Merrifield of the Kansas City Royals, and that is going to Andrew. Larry Walker of the Colorado Rockies going to Edvin, and Nick Castellanos of the Cincinnati Reds going to Eric. Alrighty, let's run down these rookies. Mickey Moyniak of the Phillies going to Edward, followed by Josh Fleming of the Tampa Bay Rays, Enola Paredes of the Astros, Trevor Rogers of the Marlins. Then we have Alejandro Kirk of the Blue Jays, Braylon Marquez of the Cubs, Pavin Smith of the Cardinals, Luis Campusano of the Padres, Cabrian Hayes of the Pirates, Jose Marmolos of the Mariners, Miguel Ujur of the Pirates, Tanner Houck of the Red Sox, Brent Rooker of the Twins, Jojo Romero of the Phillies, Mark Matthias of the Brewers, Tucker Davidson of the Braves, Zach Birdie of the White Sox, Jonathan Stiver of the White Sox, Keegan Aitken of the Orioles, TJ Antoine of the Reds, Zach McKinstry of the Dodgers, Daz Cameron of Detroit, followed by Ryan Jeffers of the Twins, Jordan Weems of the Athletics, Luis Garcia of the Astros, Taylor Widener of the Diamondbacks, Dalton Jeffries of the Athletics, Mickey Moyniak of the Phillies, Jillian Merriweather of the Blue Jays, Jonathan Aruz of the Red Sox, Luen Diaz of the Marlins, Johan Ramirez of the Mariners, Hae-Sung Kim of the Padres, Shane McCallahan of the Rays, Jared Olivia of the Pirates, Garrett Crochet of the White Sox, Luis Alexander Basabi of the Giants, followed by Jazz Chisholm of the Miami Mariners, Andrew Scrub of the Astros, Johan Heim of the Rangers, Jake Woodford of the Cardinals, Clark Schmidt of the Yankees, Jake Cronenworth of the Padres. We have Braxton Garrett of the Miami Marlins, followed by the Silver Shirt and Apostle of the Texas Rangers, Johan Avidio of the Cardinals, Jahmai Jones of the Orioles, Adonis Medina of the Phillies, the Alex Kirilloff RC of the Twins, followed by Tom Hatch of the Blue Jays and Drew Rasmussen of the Brewers, and then Ryan Weathers of the Padres right there. Followed by William Contreras of Atlanta, Ryan Weathers again of the Padres, Braylon Marquez of the Cubs, and Estevan Florial of the New York Yankees. And now on to the featured cards. We have our out of 300 RC, that's Luis Campusano of the Padres going to Edvin. The Platinum players, Bryce Harper of the Phillies going to Edward. And then our auto is going to be Carter Kieboom. Carter Kieboom of the Washington Nationals, and that is going to Edward. And there we have it, folks. That is the end of break 974. And we are up and ready to rock here in just a second. We've got the teams loaded, and we are ready to fire away. Here we go. This is break 1049, the 2021 Absolute Baseball One Box Pick Your Team. Alrighty, let's get rocking and rolling. Mitch, the schedule is right underneath my face. Absolute Baseball is next, is scheduled, then Donruss Elite, then the Mosaic One Box, and then Brett's Personal. You can always see the schedule on the bottom line, and then the schedule also went out via email this morning. Thank you, Edward. Thanks for participating. We appreciate it. We have Xander Bogaerts of the Boston Red Sox, followed by Matt Chapman of the Oakland Athletics. Then we have Clayton Kershaw of the Los Angeles Dodgers, followed by Willie Adams of the Tampa Bay Rays and Max Scherzer of the Washington Nationals. Probably around 9 a.m. this morning, and as long as you've bought with us before, you are on the email list. So you would have received it unless you opted out. Then we have the Justin Verlander numbered out of 149, and that is the Spectrum Blue of the Houston Astros going to Jordan. Followed up by the Babe Ruth Icons of the New York Yankees, and that is going to Anthony. And we're going to follow that one up with an Icons Cal Ripken Jr. out of 99 right there of the Baltimore Orioles going to Jordan. And now we're about to rip into our memorabilia products. Very exciting here. Let's see what we've got. Our first one is going to be out of 35 RC. That is a Tools of the Trade rookie patch auto. Rookie patch auto of the San Diego Padres, and that's going to Brian. Yep, we send emails out every show day with the tentative schedule based on what has been purchased. And then our next one is going to be a Tools of the Trade, and this is a throwback, a 2 out of 25, and that is Sammy Sosa of the Chicago Cubs going to Brian. Some nice low-numbered Tools of the Trade out of that mini box right there. And Mitch, I actually don't see you in either of the next two baseball breaks unless you have a different, you go by a different name on your eBay. But or if you just meant you were waiting for football to watch, that is also very cool. We love having people who just hang and watch the breaks and participate in the chat and are just members of the BT community. That's very cool to me that people want to do that. We have Matt Chapman of the Oakland Athletics, followed by Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers, Willie Adams of the Tampa Bay Rays, Max Scherzer of the Nationals, Jose Ramirez of Cleveland. Followed that up by an unsung heroes, George Springer of the Toronto Blue Jays going to Rory. Rory, welcome to BreakTraders. And then again, if you're a new BreakTraders member, you can use promo code NEWBT at BreakTraders.com for 20% off your first purchase. Then we have a statistically speaking Ryne Sandberg of the Chicago Cubs going to Brian. And now on to our numbered and our memorabilias. Our first number is going to be a Frank Chance, and that's the Spectrum Hollow Silver right there out of 199 of Chicago. And we are going to just double check what Chicago this is. One moment, folks. It appears the Chicago Cubs is Mr. Chance's stomping grounds right there. And we're going to follow that up with a Michael Taylor Tools of the Trade of the Washington Nationals. Going to Trey. Yeah, John, if you want to be added, you can shoot an email. We add customers after their first purchase. It has a lot of deals go out on that. And then we're going to have an out of 25, and that is a Braxton Garrett RC of the Miami Marlins going to Anthony. And what a beautiful card that is right there. Woo-wee! Nice card right there. Alrighty, let's run down these featured cards. First, out of 199, the Hollow Silver Frank Chance of the Cubs. Then out of 149, the Spectrum Blue of the Houston Astros. And then out of 99, the Spectrum Red. The Spectrum Red, that's Frank Chance of the Cubs going to Brian. Justin Verlander of the Astros going to Jordan. And Cal Ripken of the Baltimore Orioles going to Jordan as well. Then we're going to have our non-numbered tools of the trade. This is Michael Taylor of the Washington Nationals going to Trey. Followed up by the out of 35, Ryan Weathers rookie patch auto of the San Diego Padres going to Brian. And then we have 2 out of 25s. We have the Braxton Garrett RC auto of the Miami Marlins going to Anthony, and Sammy Sosa of the Chicago Cubs going to Brian. And there we have it, folks. That is the end of break 1049. We will be right back from BT Field, and we'll be doing our first keyword giveaway of the afternoon. Alrighty, we are back and we are going to do our first keyword giveaway of the afternoon. This is a continuation of yesterday's TV show guessing. John, are you ready? John is ready. I'm ready. Family is the keyword. No correct guesses yet. All right, show giveaway guessing has ended. Show giveaway guessing has ended. And we are about to get ready with this Donruss Elite, but we don't like to start it early, so we will be right back. Alrighty, here we go. We are back and we are ready to rock. This is break 1050, the 2021 Don Russ Elite one box. Pick your team. We have Terry McLaurin of the Washington football team. The Elite deck, Nick Bosa, the 49ers, going to Josh. Then we've got Tua of the Dolphins and Luke Kuechly of the Carolina Panthers. And it looks like we have a memorabilia right off the bat, and it is going to be a Spark Plugs. Joey Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals going to John. Alrighty. J.J. Watt of the Cardinals, followed by Stephon Diggs of the Bills. And then we have a Dylan Moses RC, and that is out of 68 of the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Sean, followed by Drew Brees of the New Orleans Saints and Jerry Rice of the San Francisco 49ers. Michael Thomas of the Saints, followed by Frank Gifford of the Giants. Then we have the Tom Brady out of 399 of the Patriots going to John, followed by Jonathan Taylor of the Colts and TJ Watt of the Steelers. Peyton Manning of the Colts, followed by DK Metcalf of the Seahawks. Then we have Patrick Jones II out of 999 of the Vikings going to Haley, Zeke Elliott of the Cowboys, and Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens. T. Higgins of the Bengals, followed by Michael Strahan of the Giants. The Elite deck, Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers going to Nick. Following that up by DeAndre Hopkins of the Cardinals and Matt Stafford of the Rams. We have Devontae Adams of the Green Bay Packers, Sam Darnold of the Carolina Panthers, the Full Throttle Justin Jefferson out of 99 going to Haley with the Minnesota Vikings. That's a pretty card right there. Then we got Tom Brady of the Buccaneers and Von Miller of the Broncos. Following that up, we have Khalil Mack of the Bears, Joey Bosa of the Chargers, the Ascension Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs, June Edelman of the Patriots, and DJ Moore of the Carolina Panthers. I love that they have Mahomes on that when he got hurt and is not the reason they won the game. Next up, we have Calvin Ridley of the Falcons, Delvin Cook of the Minnesota Vikings. Then we have Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys, and that is going to John, followed by Josh Jacobs of the Raiders and Hollywood Brown of the Ravens. Next up, we have Derrick Henry of the Titans, and it looks like we're going to have an auto right there. Followed by an Elite deck, Juju Smith-Schuster of the Steelers going to Jake. And then we've got James Robinson of the Jaguars and Brian Urlacher of the Chicago Bears. And our auto, it is going to be a QB pen pal, and that is Davis Mills, blue ink of the Houston Texans, and that is going to Cynthia. Nice blue ink auto of a QB right there. And a QB with a lot of potential upside could potentially end up seeing a lot of playing time for the Texans this year. Then we have Jared Goff of the Lions, followed by George Kittle of the 49ers, Javon Holland of the Miami Dolphins, and that is going to John, followed by Saquon Barkley of the Giants and Larry Fitzgerald of the Cardinals. We have Joey Burrow of the Bengals, followed by Mike Gesicki of the Dolphins, the 2001 Donruss Elite Throwback, Azeez Ojulari of the New York Giants, followed by Jalen Ramsey of the Rams and A.J. Brown of the Titans. We have Aaron Jones of Green Bay, Quinnen Williams of the Jets, the J.J. Watt die cut out of 24, and you know what that... Excuse me. You know what that means. That means it is going in the mag. Getting magged up right there so that it doesn't get damaged trying to get it into a top loader. Then we got Barry Sanders of the Lions and Tom Brady of the Patriots. And that J.J. Watt is going to Cynthia. We have Myles Garrett of the Browns, Justin Herbert of the Chargers, Daniel Jones out of 399 of the New York Giants going to Justin, followed up by Joe Mixon of the Bengals and Derek Carr of the Raiders. We have Matt Ryan of the Falcons, and it looks like we're going to have a turn of the century auto, followed by the Elite Company. This one, Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, and Mike Williams. So we will randomize that at the end, followed by Justin Tucker of the Ravens and Juju Smith-Schuster of the Steelers. Here we go, our turn of the century auto, and that is Dwame Brown of the Washington Football Team out of 199. And that is going to Mark. Justin Jefferson of the Vikings, Tyler Heineke of the Washington Football Team, the 2001 throwback Julian Edelman of the Patriots going to John, followed up by Dak Prescott of the Cowboys and Dan Marino of the Dolphins. Brandon Cooks of the Houston Texans, followed by Nick Bosa of the Giants. The rookie on deck, Devonta Smith of the Philadelphia Eagles going to Timothy. And then we've got Josh Allen of the Bills and Elvin Kamara of the Saints. Next up, we have Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs, Joe Montana of the 49ers, Tylan Wallace of the Baltimore Ravens going to Jesse, followed by Brett Favre of the Packers and Darius Leonard of the Colts. Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers, Jamal Adams of the Seahawks, the Jalen Waddle of the Miami Dolphins going to John, followed by Russell Wilson of the Seahawks and CeeDee Lamb of the Cowboys. Nick Chubb of the Browns, Brian Dawkins of the Eagles, the rookie elitist Kadarius Toney of the Giants going to Justin, followed by Jalen Hurts of the Eagles and DJ Chark of the Jaguars. Julio Jones of the Falcons, Travis Kelce of Kansas City, the spellbound Dan Marino out of 349 of the Miami Dolphins going to John, followed up by Rob Gronkowski of the Buccaneers and Drew Lock of the Broncos. Alrighty, let's randomize this one, why don't we? I got it, I'll write it on there so you can finish up with that. And this is going to be between the Jaguars, the Texans, the Cardinals, and the Chargers. Let's see how many times we're going to randomize this. 7 times. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is going to the Houston Texans. All right, let's run down these rookies. We have the rookie elitist Kadarius Toney of the Giants going to Justin. The Jalen Waddle of the Miami Dolphins going to John. Tylan Wallace of the Baltimore Ravens going to Jesse. Welcome to BreakTraders, Jesse. Azeez Olahari of the New York Giants. And that is going to be going to Justin. Followed by Javon Holland of the Miami Dolphins. Going to John. Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys going to John. Patrick Jones of the Minnesota Vikings, and that is going to be going to Haley. Followed by the Dylan Moses out of 88 of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that is going to be going to Sean. And now on to the featured cards. We have the full throttle Justin Jefferson of the Minnesota Vikings going to Haley, followed up by some poker. We got the rookie on deck, Devonta Smith of the Eagles, Nick Bosa of the 49ers, Aaron Rodgers of the Packers, and Judy Smith-Schuster of the Steelers. Steelers going to Jake, Packers going to Nick Bosa going to Josh, and Devonta Smith of the Eagles going to Timothy. Then we have our memorabilia. That's the Spark Plugs, Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals, and that is going to John. Followed up by a turn of the century, Dwame Brown out of 199 of the Washington Football Team going to Mark. And then our two big hits, we have the J.J. Watt out of 24 die cut. And then we have the Davis Mills of the Houston Texans. Right there, and those are going to Cynthia. Alrighty, folks, that is the end of break 1050. We will be back in just about 5 minutes with the break, or about 3 minutes with the next break, and right before that we will do our keyword giveaway. Alrighty, folks, we will see you in just a few. All right, we are back and ready to rock and roll. But first, we are going to do our giveaway. So type family in the chat. Family in the chat. All right, John, can we get a countdown?
Sure. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is Mike A.
All righty. Mike is getting it. Let's see what Mike is going to get here. It looks like a 2019 Panini Contenders. The Kansas City Chiefs, Aaron Donald of the Rams, Leighton Vander Esch of the Cowboys, the New York Jets, C.J. Mosley, followed by the legendary contenders Curtis Martin, Ryan the Magic Fitzmagic, Stephon Diggs, and Juju Smith-Schuster. Congratulations, Mike. Thanks for breaking with us. Alrighty, here we go. This is break 1051, the 2020 Mosaic Football. And we have gotten pretty hot with this as of recently. Hopefully we can keep that heat rocking and rolling through this break. But we ripped some phenomenal cards out of this product recently. You think we're going to keep the heat going, John, or you think I'm going to cool off?
I'm hoping it keeps going.
John with the politician answer right there. Not letting too much up on that one. And here I thought I was the one cut out to be the politician of the employees at BreakTraders, but it looks like John might have me beat. Steve Young of the 49ers, Rob Gronkowski of the Buccaneers, Mike Evans of the Bucks, DJ Chark of the Jaguars, Dak Prescott of the Cowboys, Calvin Ridley of the Falcons, Kerryon Johnson of the Detroit Lions, followed by Josh Allen of the Jaguars, and then the red Darrington Evans, oh my God, of the Tennessee Titans going to Cynthia. Brett Diddley, Brett. I'm trying to save my voice. So many of these are just absolutely massive. Oh my God. Absolutely massive breaks. The introductions, Clyde Edwards-Helaire of the Kansas City Chiefs going to James. James in their first break with BreakTraders. And sorry, I misspoke that Darrington Evans going to Kevin. And then James, you may not want to sit down because we've got a stained glass Patrick Mahomes. Stained glass Patrick Mahomes for you. Woo! There we go. Pulled the stained glass Lamar Jackson yesterday or Tuesday, and now the stained glass Patrick Mahomes. And then we have a Tua NFL debut of the Miami Dolphins, and that is going to Warren. Wow, that stained glass. What a hit for sure. Let's check that out. Looks like a raw just sold for $305. Then we got Jalen Reagor of the Eagles. And not to be done, we have one Tua, and now we got two Tuas. The Tua NFL debut, followed by the Tua base of the Miami Dolphins, both going to Warren. And geez, these mosaic boxes have been hotter than hell recently. We have Aaron Donald of the Rams, George Kittle of the 49ers, Adrian Peterson of the Vikings, Warren Sapp of the Buccaneers, Tremaine Edmonds of the Bills, followed by J.J. Watt of the Texans, Kyle Fuller of the Bears, Michael Thomas of the New Orleans Saints, the Mosaic Red Devontae Parker, and then we got the Montage Josh Allen. Josh Allen, just checking if that's numbered because that's happened to me before. Jimmy Garoppolo of the 49ers, followed by the Deshaun Watson Pro Bowl. Then we've got Javon Kinlaw of the San Francisco 49ers going to Kevin. Jonathan Taylor of the Indianapolis Colts going to Scott. And Jake Fromm of the Buffalo Bills going to Cody. Alrighty. So we started off with a super hot pack, and now we cooled down a little bit. Had a pretty boring pack right there. Let's see if we can rump this back up. We got Cam Jordan of the New Orleans Saints, followed by Marcus Mariota of the Raiders, Zach Ertz of the Eagles, Len Dawson of the Chiefs, Leighton Vander Esch of the Cowboys, Lamar Jackson of the Ravens, Dick Butkus of the Bears, the John Brown of the Buffalo Bills, a mosaic red Aaron Rodgers of the Packers going to Bryce, followed up by Amen of Mastery Julio Jones, and then we have the mosaic disco introductions, and that is Justin Herbert. Wowza. Trying to see if I can find one. All right, yeah. Mag City. Mag City right there. That's about a $125 card. You know, I just told John, I'm like, you know, we probably won't run down the mags because we've only magged one, and that's more due to the type of card. And now I'm like, nah, we got to. Poor John. We got Jerome Bettis of the Steelers, Anthony McFarland of the Pittsburgh Steelers as well. That's going to Trey, followed by Jalen Reagor, the NFL debut of the Eagles, going to Anthony, and then Devin Duvernay of the Baltimore Ravens, and that's going to Tony. Marshall Faulk of the Rams, Jerry Rice of the 49ers, Tom Brady of the Buccaneers, Curtis Martin of the Jets, Leonard Fournette of the Jags, Kareem Hunt of the Cleveland Browns, and I'm sure everyone saw that, but we will save it to the end anyways. Then we have TJ Watt of the Steelers, followed by Cameron Jordan, and that is the mosaic white, and that is 20 out of 25 of the New Orleans Saints, and that's going to Trey, followed up by the montage Zeke Elliott, and then the swagger Lamar Jackson insert, swagger Lamar Jackson, followed up by the Hall of Fame Troy Aikman, Antonio Gibson of the Washington football team, TJ Watt of the Steelers, and Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles. And then here we go. Boom, boom, boom. It is an award winners Patrick Mahomes autos. On card auto. Holy crap. A rare just sold for $1,000. And James with the Chiefs in his first break has gotten about $1,400 worth of Patrick Mahomes cards. Holy hell. Holy hell. Jared Goff of the Rams, Jimmy Garoppolo of the 49ers, Kyle Rudolph of the Vikings, Julio Jones of the Falcons, Detroit Lions, Matt Stafford, Cole Beasley of the Bills, Andre Johnson of the Texans, the Patrick Queen RC of the Baltimore Ravens, followed by a mosaic red Chase Young of the Washington football team, and that is going to Cody. Then we got the Stairmasters, Derrick Henry of the Titans, Jalen Ramsey Blue Chips, the NFL debut Clyde Edwards-Helaire of the Chiefs, Laviscus Chenault of the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Justin, the Tom Brady MVPs, and then Clyde Edwards-Helaire of the Kansas City Chiefs again, and that is going to James. Mike Allstott of the Bucks, Taysom Hill of the Saints, Josh Jacobs of the Raiders, Miles Sanders of the Eagles, Allen Robinson of the Bears, Tony Gonzalez of the Chiefs, Zeke Elliott of the Cowboys, followed by Earl Thomas of the Ravens, the Mosaic Red Brian Dawkins, followed by a montage Peyton Manning. Then we have the montage Julio Jones. And then, not to be outdone, we have the NFL debut Joe Burrow. And there we go. That is all 4 of the big rookie QBs. Then we have the CeeDee Lamb of the Dallas Cowboys, followed by Jim Kelly of the Buffalo Bills and Chase Young of the Washington football team. This isn't just the Chiefs box. This is just a hot box. Like we used to do to the cars in high school. Jalen Ramsey of the Rams, Deebo Samuel of the 49ers, John Riggins of the Redskins, Kevin King of the Packers, David Montgomery of the Bears, Mark Brunell of the Jaguars, Jarvis Landry of the Browns, Mike Williams of the Chargers, the Mosaic Red Mark Andrews, Stairmaster Randy Moss, an In It to Win It Eli Manning, In It to Win It Eli Manning of the Giants going to Trey, followed up by Kenny Golladay of the Lions, C.J. Henderson of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and J.K. Dobbins, the NFL debut RC of the Ravens going to Tony, followed by Tyler Johnson of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Justin. Jamal Adams of the Jets, Cooper Kupp of the Rams, Rod Woodson of the Steelers, Delvin Cook of the Vikings, Matt Ryan of the Falcons, Cortland Sutton of the Broncos, John Brown of the Buffalo Bills, followed by Brian Edwards of the Raiders, the James Morgan Mosaic Red of the New York Jets going to Trey, followed by the Trey Lance or Brian Urlacher Men of Mastery, and then we have introductions, Jerry Jeudy of the Broncos going to Justin, Kevin Green of the Panthers, Jacob Eason of the Indianapolis Colts going to Scott, followed by an NFL debut, Jacob Eason of the Indianapolis Colts going to Scott. And then we have Zach Moss of the Buffalo Bills RC going to Cody. Cam Chancellor of the Seahawks, followed by Jared Cook of the Saints, Yannick Ngakoue of the Jags, Deshaun Watson of the Texans, Charles Tillman of the Bears, the Patrick Mahomes, and then, you know what? We're going to have a second auto, and that is Jordan Brooks, RC auto of the Seattle Seahawks going to Anthony. Following that up, we have Amari Cooper of the Cowboys, Charles Woodson of the Raiders, LaDainian Tomlinson montage, a Stairmasters Russell Wilson, Hall of Fame Michael Irvin, followed by A.J. Dillon of the Green Bay Packers going to Bryce. followed by Kirk Cousins of the Minnesota Vikings and Cam Akers of the Los Angeles Rams going to Evan. Randall Cunningham of the Eagles, followed by Robert Woods of the Rams, Drew Brees of the Saints, Landon Collins of the Washington Redskins, DeAndre Hopkins of the Cardinals, Terrell Davis of the Broncos, Josh Allen of the Bills, Darren Waller of the Raiders, the Joe Namath Blue Mosaic out of 99, and that is going to be going to Trey with the Jets. Followed by a Stairmasters Christian McCaffrey, a center stage Drew Lock of the Denver Broncos going to Justin, and then an NFL debut Jalen Hurts of the Eagles, followed up by Jonathan Taylor of the Colts, Patrick Mahomes, MVP of the Chiefs, and Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers with the last card in that break, because you know what, we couldn't not have all 6 of the big QBs from 2020 in that box. And holy smokes, what a box. Let's run it down. Our rookie rundown. Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers, Jonathan Taylor of the Colts, Cam Akers of the Rams, A.J. Dillon of the Packers, Zach Moss of the Bills, the NFL debut and the base Jacob Eason of the Colts, introductions Jerry Jeudy of the Broncos, James Morgan of the Jets, Tyler Johnson of the Buccaneers, the NFL debut J.K. Dobbins of the Ravens, C.J. Henderson of the Jags, Chase Young of the Washington Football Team, CeeDee Lamb of the Cowboys, Clyde Edwards-Helaire of the Chiefs, Laviska Shenault Jr. of the Jags, Clyde Edwards-Helaire NFL debut, the Mosaic Red NFL debut Chase Young, followed by Patrick Queen of the Ravens, Antonio Gibson of the Washington Football Team, Devin Duvernay of the Ravens, the NFL debut Jalen Reagor, followed by Anthony McFarland Jr., Jake Fromm of the Bills, the NFL debut Jonathan Taylor of the Colts, Javon Kinlaw of the 49ers, Jalen Reagor of the Eagles, the introductions Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and the Mosaic Red of the Tennessee Titans, Darrington Evans. Alrighty. And on to our featured cards. We will start with our cool vet cards. We have the center stage Lamar Jackson and the out of 35 Cam Jordan of the Saints. That Lamar Jackson of the Ravens going to Tony, and Cameron Jordan of the Saints, that's actually 20 out of 25 going to Trey. Next up, we'll get into our Jordan Brooks auto, the Jordan Brooks auto of the Seattle Seahawks. And then our rookie QBs. We have Jalen Hurts NFL debut, Jalen Hurts Mosaic base, Tua Mosaic base, and Tua NFL debut right there. And then the Tuas of the Dolphins going to Warren, and the Jalen Hurts of the Eagles going to Anthony. And then we have the NFL debut Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals going to Vladislav. And then our next rookie QB is going to be the introductions, and that is Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert introductions right there. Of the Chargers going to James. And then holy smokes. Look at this one, folks. We have two Patrick Mahomes, the on-card award-winning auto, and then the stained glass. The stained glass right there. And that is about $1,400 right there to wrap up break 1051. 1051. Right there. Wowza. What a break. hopefully I can keep that rocking and rolling for Brett. Alrighty, Brett, you're ready. I'm ready. The world is ready. Here we go. Let's get into it. Let's keep the heat. Keep the heat. We have Trey Lance of the San Francisco 49ers, and that is going to obviously Brett Diddley, Brett. Then we have Dylan Moses of the Jacksonville Jaguars, followed up by Rashad Bateman of the Baltimore Ravens. Rashad Bateman of the Ravens. We have the filler card in there, followed up by Jamie Newman of the Eagles. And then we have Jalen Waddle of the Miami Dolphins, and that is going to go into Brett, obviously, as well. Followed by another Jamie Newman of the Philadelphia Eagles, and then a Devonta Smith field level of the Philadelphia Eagles. And then our auto is going to be a University of Buffalo Bull, and now a member of the Washington football team, and that is Jarrett Patterson. Alrighty. Our next pack. Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson of the New York Jets. Zach Wilson of the Jets. Followed by Rashad Bateman of the Baltimore Ravens. Then we have Terrace Marshall Jr. of the Carolina Panthers, followed by Justin Fields of the Chicago Bears. And then the Justin Fields illusions out of 149 of the Chicago Bears right there. Next up, we have Jalen Waddle of the Miami Dolphins, and Rashad Bateman of the Baltimore Ravens. And then our memorabilia, it is going to be a rookie patch auto, and that is out of 99, and that is Sammy Ehlinger of the Indianapolis Colts, and that's a Panini 1. And we're on to our third pack here. We have Trey Lance, the Trey Lance Donruss, followed up by Kadarius Toney of the New York Giants. Then we got Javonte Williams of the Denver Broncos, followed up by a Rashad Bateman out of 149. Rashad Bateman out of 149 of the Baltimore Ravens. We have a filler in there, followed up by Mac Diddley Jones of the New England Patriots. Then we have Travis Etienne of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sean Wade of the Baltimore Ravens, followed by a field level select Trevor Lawrence of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And now we're halfway through Brett Diddley's personal. Jamar Chase of the Cincinnati Bengals. Jamar Chase of the Bengals. Then we have Zach Wilson of the New York Jets, followed by Kyle Pitts Kyle Pitts of the Atlanta Falcons. Kyle Pitts of the Atlanta Falcons. Then Elijah Moore of the New York Jets, followed by Jalen Waddle of the Miami Dolphins. And Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys right there, followed by a red Elijah Moore of the New York Jets, and that's out of 149. And then we have a memorabilia, and that is going to be a full coverage Javian Hawkins of the Atlanta Falcons. And 2 packs left in Brett's personal right here. Another Zach Wilson of the Jets, followed by Rondale Moore of the Arizona Cardinals. Then we have Terrace Marshall Jr. of the Carolina Panthers, followed by an Illusions Mac Jones of the Patriots. Then we have Carlos Boogie Basham of the Buffalo Bills going to Brett Diddley, Brett. Kylan Hill of the Green Bay Packers, and Sage Surratt of the Detroit Lions. And then our next hit is going to be an on-card Jalen Waddle. And that is 1 of 10. Woo! Brett Diddley, Brett. The in-flight on-card Jalen Waddle. What a hit right there. Holy smokes. Zach Wilson of the New York Jets, followed by Kyle Pitts of the Atlanta Falcons. Then we have Terrace Marshall Jr. of the Carolina Panthers and Javian Hawkins of the Atlanta Falcons, followed up by Rondale Moore of the Arizona Cardinals. Then we got Jamar Chase of the Cincinnati Bengals and Mac Jones of the Patriots. And then we've got one more memorabilia in here for Brett Diddley, Brett. I hope you're sitting down because it's Trevor Lawrence with the substantial swatch. Woo! Nice hit right there. And who thinks that the least excited you're going to get, or some of the least excited out of memorabilia is going to be Trevor Lawrence? Wild. Then we have our featured rookie rundown. Mac Jones of the Patriots, Zach Wilson of the Jets, Mac Jones of the Patriots, Zach Wilson of the Jets, the red Elijah Moore out of 149 of the Jets, Micah Parsons of the Cowboys, Jalen Waddle of the Dolphins, Kyle Pitts of the Falcons, Zach Wilson of the Jets, Jamar Chase of the Bengals, Trevor Lawrence of the Jags, Travis Etienne of the Jags, Mac Jones of the Patriots, Rashad Bateman out of 149 of the Ravens, Kadarius Toney of the Giants, Trey Lance of the 49ers, Jalen Waddle of the Dolphins, Devonta Smith of the Eagles, Zach Wilson of the Jets, Jalen Waddle of the Dolphins, and Justin Fields of the Bears. And here we go. We have the red Justin Fields out of 149 of the Ohio State of the Chicago Bears right there. followed up by a Jarrett Patterson auto of the Washington football team. And then our 2 non-numbered substantial swatches and our 1 8/99 rookie patch auto. We have Trevor Lawrence, Sam Ehlinger, and Javian Hawkins. Trevor Lawrence of the Jags, Sam Ehlinger of the Colts, and Javian Hawkins of the Atlanta Falcons. And then it is 1/10 from the University of Alabama. Now on the Miami Dolphins, it is the in-flight Jalen Waddle. Woo! Wow. Alrighty, folks. Well, that is the end of today's show. And you know what that means? That means it's time for our mag rundown. First, out of Donruss Elite, we have the out of 24 J.J. Watt. Then out of Mosaic, we have the introductions Justin Herbert and the stained glass Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes right there. And then our 2 big hits. 1/10, the in-flight Jalen Waddle on-card out of Panini Chronicles Draft Picks. And then the award winner, Patrick Mahomes on-card auto out of the 2020 Mosaic. What a break. What? We had some super hot boxes tonight. Those last 2 boxes were on fire. My hands hurt from touching those cards. That being said, we are done with tonight's break. Tomorrow, we are going to not have Clearly Donruss like we thought. We received an email today that it won't be received by our distributor until tomorrow, and because of that, we won't be able to get it till Monday. So I apologize about that. But tomorrow night, check us out at 7:30. Thank you to John for being here. Thank you to all of you for watching. Have a great day and happy breaking.